Hey fellas, your commissioner here. Hey fellas, your commissioner here, as well as Erica and Loki. That's a bad clap. There we go. Hey fellas, your commissioner here. Oh, that was a terrible clap. Hey fellas, your commissioner here. Coming out here. Oh, I can't talk. We're off to a fantastic start. Coming at you for a little week one of NFL action. For a little week three of NFL action. Coming at you for a little week four of NFL action. Coming at you for a little week 7.
Miss Commish here too for week 7
of NFL action. Got our bling bling, after the wedding. We're coming at you for a little week 9 of NFL action. For a little week 13 of NFL action. 13, yeah, I'm picking a nose. Get it? Full-length video, full of energy, full of action, full of call-outs. Your commission's here. He's not going anywhere. Just because I got this thing on, I'm still married to Erica number 1. And I've got a common law marriage with the 11 of you guys, number 2.
No.
So, so that being said.
You have a partnership, not a
partnership. Yes, we're partners. All right. Great draft week. Very long week. Hot.
Feeling hot.
Hot Phoenix, Arizona. Just, you could feel the sun. It was a different type of heat. The dryness of the sun just sucked the soul out of you. Oh, whoops. But I heard from a lot of folks that it felt like it was one of the best drafts ever, best draft experience ever. I got to agree. I think the punishment was good. Some people, the spray tan I don't think worked out as well as people thought. It kind of made me look pretty sexy. And then of course the blow up doll. I hope you guys. I think you guys got some enjoyment out of it. What are you? What are you? Yeah, I'm horse ass, right? But it's a hell of a time. Couldn't have asked for a better group of guys to spend my bachelor party with. Couldn't ask for a better group of guys to spend my fantasy football time with. So, and Erica is here to say Guten Tag, because we've got a German game this week. Aha! I will not be forgetting the German game. So we got a very early game against the Dolphins and the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs. So, you will have your nice streusel waffle things, you put it over your coffee, I think. It quickly devolved. Maybe the key to my German is my British just to do a German, and then it kind of went into British there. More of that later, but danke schon for your, how do you say you're welcome, I guess that would be you're welcome. You're welcome. It's not telling me. Yeah. Gern geschehen? I don't know. So anyways, we'll get more. I'll give you more of that later in the video. Don't you worry about that. I'll go in the early game. The Dolphins, Tua, and Tyreek Hill. A very fast guy. He's a very speedy the cheetah. They nickname him the cheetah. In case you didn't know. I feel like I've lost my touch on the German. I'm trying to freelance here and improvise and get something going. I feel like I got pressure from Erica. I feel like she's sitting there judging me on her phone, but maybe that's it. So, yeah, no, that's Russian. Give it to it, yeah. Now I'm Doja Cat, right? So, this off the rails. Playing in Germany. Frankfurt, Germany. You get your Wiener Schnitzel and your Liter Hosen and get a big stein of beer. And, you just get ready to go in the morning. And I'm very excited. Should be a very good game. Very good game between the Dolphins and the Chiefs. And I very hope that it's a very great game for me and that the Dolphins swim and frolic in the wonderful German atmosphere that I'm sure will be created by the wonderful, hospitable German people. And I just wish that they say Danke. I wish that the Dolphins say Dankeschön to all the wonderful Germans who will be supporting and rooting for the Dolphins. So there we go. I think I got it. I got it there. All right. Almost knocked over my trophy. So I got in the groove there. That was nice. So yeah, I'm going to go with myself on that one. Need it. The Dolphins played like shite. They played like shite, son. I don't understand how Tua is just such a bad quarterback against good teams. I don't get it. The Dolphins should be humming on all cylinders, and yet this is the shite that they produce on the field whenever I need a big performance from them. 9. Under 15 points again. Tua. Tyreek, worst game of his life. Probably. I digress. It's all up here, right? The commission never forgets, right? The commission never forgets. And, some of those people were even, bitching at me about the video and then the timeliness of it. And oh no, we're in the power rankings. We're the power rankings. Oh, cool. I want to cry. I can't eat dinner without the State of the Union. I don't give a fuck. All right, I don't care. Commission's here. All right, I'm still doing my duty. You're still getting the video. It's going to be a damn good video. I'm not going to just sleepwalk my way through this. Okay, and even though I've got no idea really, there were trades I don't know about. There were injuries I have no idea about. And, hey, maybe it's for the better, right? Maybe it's for the better. So I'm just sick of the shit of too much trying to devalue the core of what fantasy football is. Luck is a monster part of this game. And I think it should be a part of this game. It's frustrating, but it's also what makes it fun and an incredibly unique experience, If you got teams that are just the best scoring teams just fine. Just put the top 6 teams in, or just not even have a playoffs. Who cares about head-to-head? Whoever scores the most points with their lineup over the course of 17 weeks, they win the title, right? That's just a different game. That's just a different game, and we're not playing that game. If you want to play that game, go set up your own league. Do a points for league, no head-to-head, and it's just you don't play anybody every week, and you lose a lot of the rivalries and the shit talking against your opponents and the gamesmanship of trying to block your opponent from certain pickups. That makes, in my opinion, makes this game great. That makes this game great. And yeah, it's frustrating as hell. It's unfair as hell. But to me, that's the perfect. It's the perfect encapsulation of life, right? Life's not fair. You might do everything right, and you still don't get the job, or you still don't get what you think you deserve on a grade back in school or whatever. And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? I tell you this right now, and this is your commissioner's stamp of approval. The council's great and all. There are a lot of things, some things, not usually are there many things that get through that I'm not on board with, even though the council might agree with it. But there are some times it happens. They're not certainly not a shell, and I don't want to say that 100% of whatever I want or don't want happens or doesn't happen. Probably 90%, but I'm the commissioner, right? This is a little, obviously bittersweet. The final video of the year. It felt like...
Yay! Yay! I get my husband back! Yay!
Back to Butter Lovers. That's what I always had. That's what I always loved. I need to try it again one day just to see. First appearance of the season so far, good. Trying to repeat as champion.
Oh, good.
Thank you. Favorite SOTU appearance, guest appearance right there, Erica. Yeah, so congratulations. You want to thank them for voting for you, or?
Yes, I would like to thank the ones that did vote for me and the ones that didn't vote for me and voted for the animals.
There you have it. So anyway, does that sound right, dear? You didn't even watch the video, so.
Thanks, Duncan, for eating the rest of my other Flamin' Hots. Luckily, I keep 2 on deck.
Yeah, I did tell him in all fairness that he could eat it.
Greg, can you stay hot? Chicks to win 126.
That's not it.
I mean, Hollywood's been consistent, sure. You know. On Saturday,
Last week was sponsored by me.
league, they had to roll me up.
So I bought the Cheetos.
To throw all over yourself this week. So, very slight edge for Duncan. Very, very slight.
Was it Duncan? Duncan was in the game of the week?
Maybe that's why you ate my Cheetos.
Duncan and Ford? That doesn't sound right. Maybe it was. Is it?
Mike Mixon there as well.
Waller, I guess, his talent, right?
Oh, shit.
Why would you hit that?
I didn't hit this.
Yeah, obviously you did. I didn't hit it.
Damn, you did. You did.
I sure did not.
You
I sure
sabotaged
did.
me.
I sure
I
did.
said, hey, fellas, it's your girl coming at you with week 2. Well, week 2, not 4, but 2. And I feel so sorry for some of the people
That's
who
great.
had
All right.
injuries
All right.
on their team. And
Yeah, me.
blah, 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 blah,
I've
blah.
lost 2 of my top 3 wide receivers.
And we have 3 weeks to go, 4 weeks to go to the wedding. So we're so excited. We got a lot done today. We got our marriage license. We paid some bills. We tasted some alcohol.
All right.
Finalized our food.
All right. Enough of this.
Oh.
Come on. All right. Fucking amateur hour here. All right. Justin Fields is his quarterback. Justin Fields can't throw. It doesn't matter how good the receivers are. He's not a good quarterback. He can run. He can scramble around. He's good for fantasy, okay? But he can't stand in there and deliver a good pass and make shit happen. He's just not a good
true.
NFL quarterback.
What did Nick say about this last year, and then he proved y'all wrong?
He proved it wrong from a fantasy perspective. Yes, Justin Fields can be a
Justin
good
Fields.
fantasy quarterback because of his legs. He cannot be a
fair,
good NFL quarterback. He will
has
be.
a bad team.
He will not be a starting quarterback
His team
within
is
2
built
seasons.
His team,
He'll be gone.
The style that his team is running. The Chicago Bears has always run the ball. So don't sit here and say he can't throw the ball.
He's got
running,
DJ Moore. DJ Moore's a top 15 wide receiver in the league.
But mostly their plays are running plays. Am I right?
They're mostly running plays because they don't have quarterbacks who can throw the ball.
No. It's because that's what they are. They just run the ball. That's their play call. Their coach sucks. It's not the quarterback.
Who's their
it's
coach?
coaching.
Do you even know who their head coach is?
Don't know, but I don't care
Okay.
because I know their style.
I mean,
of
he's a
plays.
defensive guy. Eberflus, Matt Eberflus.
Yes, exactly. So he's a running
Do you know
guy.
who their OC is? I don't even know who their OC is.
So why are you asking me? Why
Maybe
you
you
asking
know.
me?
Well, you're
No.
talking about their coaching like
I'm
you know
talking
them.
about the freaking play calling and the quarterback. That's what I'm talking about. You coming for my boy Fields? Don't come for him.
It won't be the first time. It won't be the last. What's up, wife?
It's my first appearance in like 7 videos, right? 7 videos. I haven't been in the.
I think it was like week 9 or week 8.
Y'all missed me.
Week 7. Yeah, since week 7.
How many videos has it been since then?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 13, so this is 6. So 5
6?
5 videos because you're in this one.
Okay, 5 videos. Oh my gosh. I feel bad for all the injuries. I know John took a big hit. He was really sad. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It ruined my Monday, legitimately. The JT news. It really did ruin my Monday. So,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yeah. Erica, do you think who do you think between Mahomes and Hurts? Hurts, not even a question.
You know, we had a bad game on our wedding week, but that's because he found out we were getting married.
Yeah, and he was upset, and he actually still had 23 points. So
Hurts was upset that John and I got married last week. That's why he threw 3 interceptions.
yeah,
But he's gonna be back. His feelings will be forgiven.
Yeah, now he's got to ball out to try to, steal you away.
Yeah, he's gonna have to bust his ass off to win me back. But
Yeah.
he's gonna beat Mahomes.
Yeah, there we go. They're not playing each other in real life. Just for clarity.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm rooting for Jalen.
Okay, they're playing the Dolphins though. You like Tua too.
I like
The battle of the
Hurts.
Alabama
I
quarterbacks.
like Hurts better. You know this.
Yeah.
Hurts is my
And then running
I
backs.
hurt his feelings. But my baby, my football husband, Jalen Hurts, he's still healthy. So.
You didn't even watch the game. The biggest game he's been in against the Bills.
Because we were looking at houses.
I watched the game. Walk-off touchdown.
Because we were looking at houses.
So.
Oh. I just love John.
Oh, I just love Erica.
Do you really?
Yes.
I know you do.
You want to pick games today or no?
Sure.
Okay.
You haven't even started doing that?
I'm almost to it. I'm right to it.
What have you been doing? I was in the car for like 30 minutes.
It's been 30 minutes. I mean, it's typically a 45-minute show, So, K. Doughton, 2 fab for Rip. He needed a tight end. Blaine picks up Gardner as his bye-week fill-in. Interesting choice for 1 fab with Josh Allen on the bye. And then I had a few other contingencies down there. Didn't work out. What are you doing? Look at me. It's anything less than 25 points. It's kind of loud. What do you need? What do you need that for?
I'm hungry. I just want to eat.
You want to pick or you want
I'm
to
gonna eat.
You need food.
Pick. Here.
Where's the professionalism here?
They can't see the chip. I'm off camera.
They can see you. So, anyways,
Usually unpredictable in a good way. You don't like the ranch flavor?
yeah, it stinks.
I knew you were gonna say
Yeah.
that.
We're putting these away. That's unprofessional, folks. I apologize for this.
He doesn't like my breath when I eat ranch flavored chips.
So that's it for Erica's guest picking today. She picked 1 game. That's it.
That's all I'm doing
Yep.
today? Is that bad?
Next,
Fab,
I gotta
you
go get the
hear
game
me.
of the week. I'll listen to it.
Okay, whatever. I get the spotlight. Anyways, it's me. Looking at this, I'm thinking Nick probably has a better team. That's what the odds are saying. But Craig's team is very unpredictable. I always mess up this guy's name from San Francisco, Ayuk, whatever. I think he can score more than 15 if he's having a good day. Like he can be in the 20s. I also think DK Metcalf is unpredictable. He can either be less than 15. I don't know how he's been playing this year, and that's pretty high score from what you've been telling me how he's been playing this year, 15.2.
All right, we don't need to break this game down. We got the game of the week. We got to break down. We're running long on time.
What I'm trying to say is I
winner.
think that if it sways in the way that I think, because fantasy football is unpredictable, I think Craig actually does have a good chance of winning.
Okay.
So I pick Craig.
Next. All right.
And maybe just because I think Nick is a little bit full of himself sometimes with fantasy. So I want him to humble down, which I've heard he might get horse's ass this year, which is crazy.
All right, so that brings.
And D. Higgins
Yeah.
over Kirk and Lockett.
Gotcha.
Lockett.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Tight ends, you got Kittle.
You gotta bear with me. It's been a while since I've even watched your videos or even, been in the house.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Usually when you're recording the videos as of late,
I thought you supported me and
support
watched
you.
all my videos.
But like last week you recorded the video like early in the morning. I was still asleep.
I
in another
recorded it
room.
on Thursday. It's Wednesday. You could have watched it.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But it's been a minute since I've been in this and remember how it goes. I haven't even been in a video for like 5 videos.
Sorry, Birdie. All right, battle of the tight end. You got Kittle versus Njoku. Kittle. Kittle. Who you like? Kittle or Njoku? You like Njoku,
No,
right?
yeah, Njoku.
Keenan Njoku.
Njoku! Wakanda! Forever!
To one of those big 4 wide receivers there. Puka's kind of come back down to reality. Mike Evans, we'll see.
I'm preserving my flowers, y'all.
Mmm.
They will see it.
How pretty.
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Here, let's get this on camera, too.
Okay. Oh, whoa.
I'm just going to move the camera. Preserving my flowers. We will see how they turn out. I'm doing 2 different methods. John should have told you this at the beginning, but
Must have slipped my mind.
It's not fantasy. Look at how long he is.
He's a big boy.
Look at his tail.
It's like a feather duster. He's just chilling. Look at him, just looking around. He's looking at me. Hey, what's that? Oh, now Brody's jealous. So, all right. Clock. Brody, get away from their food now. Cleo, I can't see. I have no idea. Hey, Loki, no. So, Brody's down here in case you guys want to see him. I don't want to disturb him.
He's playing dead.
There he is. Oops. Whoop, whoop.
Here, I'll make him move so he looks like
No,
he's
stop.
alive.
Don't look at him. Don't make him move. There he is. So, got a bunch of shaky cam. Feel like we're in Cloverfield. Oh, see. It's okay, Brody.
He looked like he was dead. He needed to be woken up.
He's fine. He's resting. He had a hard week, all right? He doesn't like being away from the house, okay? Man, these cats just love taking shits and pisses whenever I'm sitting right here. I love it, don't they? Loki, you literally just pooped and peed. And now you're back over here doing it again.
He's pooping.
I'm going to catch him in the act.
He's pooping again.
Yeah. Oh, kids. Just big pooping machines. That's all they are, right? I know Josh knows what I'm talking about, right? Second week in a row below 100 points for my team. Cleo, get out of there. Get out of there. Thank you. It's just bad TV, right? You don't want that, Cleo. You don't want bad TV. How else am I going to support how much food you eat if I don't get these ad deals from YouTube? All right, come on, buddy. Come on. You want to get in? Come on, let's do it. There he is. There's Loki's first appearance. Yep, he was just begging me to get up here. You happy? Yeah, you get to get on camera. Mm-hmm. He needs a lot of attention, this guy. Probably more than any other animal in the house. Not more than Erica, but more than any other animal for sure, which is tough to do with Brody, I'll tell you that. Sitting at like 120, I think, a little under 120. Hey, Cleo. Here, you want to... Come here. You don't get the videos very often. Hey, there's Cleo. Oh, here we go. She's getting really big, probably since the last time you've seen her. She just eats and eats and eats. She might be a new contender for the chunky monkey, you know, because, I mean, she's a big girl. Look at that. Oh, she's about probably 25 pounds now. There you go. Thank you, Cleo. All right. Dominated against a tough run defense in Dallas. Brother, what are you doing? You can't get up there. You trying to get in the video that bad? Ah, Loki. Brody. Come here, Brody. Come here. Come here. Oh, come on. Oh, good job. There's Brody. He's due for a haircut pretty soon. Careful. You're on my sash. Stop. So, yep, there he is. Okay, you're freaking out. Get out. All right. Anyway, this is off the rails. This State of the Union. I don't know what's going on. All right. Yeah, blame it on the Zyrtec. Am I right? So to win. Hey Loki, what's up? You want to get in? Come on, let go. There's Loki. You know, he's a camera hog. He likes to be the center of attention. So what's up? Hey, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Let go. Declaw me. All right, yep. Good boy. Hey, Loki, can you move? You're standing right on my thing. Thank you. Okay, God, shit, man, kids. Loki, let go of that. Thank you. He's trying to. He wants some attention. You know how he is. He's a little celebrity.
Yeah, listen. We fucked up.
I've explained it 1,000 times. I fucked up. I don't know what else I can say. And if you want me to say I fucked up, I fucked up. Write it.
I have prepared a statement I would like to read. So I will do that now, right now. I just want to say one thing to the fans and everybody in Bring That Wood Nation. I'm sorry. Extremely sorry. We were hoping for an undefeated, perfect State of the Union season. That was my goal. It's something that I've done every season here. But I promise you one thing. A lot of good will come out of this. You have never seen any commissioner in the entire country go as hard as I will go the rest of this season. And you'll never see someone push the rest of the league as hard as I will push everybody the rest of the season. God bless. Woo pig. Apologize. I was on the verge of committing seppuku whenever I got that news this morning about ruining my day. And, it's just unexcused. I've got no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm appalled by this. And I can guarantee you it will never happen again. If it does happen again, Erica can take my spot in the league. I'll be the commissioner still, but I won't play. She'll take over. So it's never going to happen, right? Like I always say. I don't know what's going on. I got to reevaluate myself here, obviously, because I missed a matchup last week. I'm calling the recap, the preview. It's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. I guess I got marriage on the brain, and I had a little bit of alcohol today too. So maybe that was it. So, you gotta be shitting me. You gotta be fucking kidding me. It's cute. Oh, it's so funny. You guys, you didn't, you changed your lineups. You took everybody out. Oh, well. Ha. What a surprise. What a laugh. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to start off with 101, Kicker Lives Matter. Spoiler alert, well, not everybody's seen it, but they're not good. All right? They're not very good. It was interesting who was going to blink first. It ended up being Duncan. Shocker. Closed his eyes a lot, He couldn't even open one of them for half the week. Ooh, buddy. Duncan, that sucks, brother. No, you got no quarterback. You got no elite top-end wide receiver. Might be some rough days ahead for you, my friend. There might be some rough days ahead. So I think from a running back perspective, not the sexiest outside of Eckler. He is getting up there. A lot of carries over the last couple years. See if he can stay healthy. The curse of the 101, man. I'm telling you. I believe the last time Duncan did have 101, he was the number 1 overall seed, I think. So if anybody can break the curse, maybe it's him. I think he might have lost it. His superpowers were getting those little rub and tugs, and now that those are gone, his powers are gone. So don't love that. I think is silly or childish, or your team shits on themselves. I'm going to call you out. And whenever your team does good, I'll give you your credit. I'll give you your due. Usually. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes Duncan. And for Duncan, good for Duncan. Not a great game. Didn't deserve to win, really, in my opinion. But a win is a win. Duncan just finds a way, right? He's never really. He told me I shit on his team all the time, right? I disagree with that. I like to see. I give him props, right? But his team's just not really. Right? I mean, he was the number 1 seed several years ago. And since then, he's just been kind of a guy, right? And he's found ways to win games and make it in the playoffs, right? He's just got that it factor, right? He's got those intangibles that make some of the difference whenever your team's maybe not that good on paper. I just don't know if it's a complete team, Duncan. So I'm going to give Duncan a C+. Next year, Shade Dynasty, drafted in the second slot, second in the draft order. Self-proclaimed number 1 team in the league. All right, yeah. So whatever. D-Shade's great. He's got a great team. So that's sick. That's sick for him. I'm happy for him. So The loser Dylan has still not changed his name in the group me. Maybe I missed it. Surely not. Or I hope I did. What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? It is still D Shades. So we're going to have to remedy that. At the end of the season, go back, change your name to whatever the hell you want. Change it to Ding Dong for all I care. Bozo, Clown, Gingerface. I don't know. You take your pick, right? But it's got to be Dylan. You lost. Those are the terms that I agreed upon for you as your commissioner, as is my right and power to do. And so, yeah, I mean, I have no idea why he continues to roll him out there versus taking a shot on somebody. There's been plenty of guys who have popped on the waiver wire, 20-point guys. Sam Howell's been a 20-point guy almost every game this season. Dylan, he dropped Dak because this is why you don't play with your feelings, all right? You play with your feelings, you get your ass beat like this, bad. You know how many points Dak had this week? 30-something points. You know how many he's had like the last 4 weeks, or 6 weeks ever since you cut him? He's been a top 3 quarterback since you cut him, Dylan. I mean, this guy just plays with his heart, plays with his emotions. He's not invested in the game to me. It doesn't really feel like he's not really invested in the league. He's only invested in his gambling and talking to people, and it's starting to show. I mean, so yeah, D-Shay, congrats. I mean, a little consolation victory. I'm sure he doesn't really give a shit about it, but only team to not score below 100 points in any single week this entire season. What's he got to show for it? He's 5-3, right? He's 5-3. So, and I'm very salty at the way that D-Shade has been acting about the trip and about changing his name and just being a little baby back B. I mean, D-Shade, he's got an okay team, right? I mean, it's fine. I think it's maybe another C+ draft, maybe a C, bordering on C+, maybe a B-. So I'm going to stick with a C+. We got number 3, the horse ass. As you can see here, got a little bit of regalia, some lovely things that I was bestowed. This lovely flag of, move my hand, there it is. We'll see what Erica's not home yet, so we'll see. We'll see what she says about this, because obviously, as you guys know, the tape doesn't really stick well to this material. So I got a couple nails out and a hammer, and it's up there just like a picture, yeah, So, but spray tan is pretty much fully gone. Take my word for it. You're not going to see the tan lines on the legs and the waist. You guys already got enough of that, all right? See here, I got my horse ass trophy. I got my fantasy loser sash. And see, really, I probably should show this, right? Just loser. That's what I am. So, and really, I was just thinking about this as I started the video. How it's kind of sad how easy it's gotten me. Like, whenever the first couple of videos, like, it was a struggle to try to figure out how to put this thing on correctly to get it to show. And now it's just like second nature, unfortunately. But, hey, I think wearing it, I think having the trophy front and center for every video is ultimately making me a better owner. I certainly don't anticipate repeating this season as horse ass. I think it would be quite stunning if I did. My team would have to die, which is possible. There's still 7 weeks left. It really doesn't even really matter what you do these next 7 weeks, if unless you make the playoffs, and of course you're safe. But if you don't, then all it takes is somebody getting hurt week 15, 16, and there you go. There goes your horse ass right there. Truly, I don't know. I had one of the lower odds of anybody. I had the lowest odds with the highest finish, I guess. I think I had like the third worst odds, and I ended up with the third pick. So don't doubt your boy. All right, your commission knows what the hell he's doing. All right, that putt, bang, mud, butter.
Expect anything different?
That little left to right break there at the end, it was breaking right to left, and then at the very end it breaks left to right. To see that little detail, bang, money right in the bucket. First putt, first free throw, first soccer goal, second throw on Bago. We're not going to talk about flip cup. We're not going to talk about beer pong, fourth shot, whatever. What else did I do really good? Four corners, bang. First shot, bang.
Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang!
So yeah, I just what I do, baby. It's what I do. And I'm going to get my ass back in the playoffs, and I'm going to hopefully go on a little bit of a streak of stopping this bullshit 7-7 Jeff Fisher shit. All right? I want to be a big dog. All right? Ooh, I want to stand on business. All right? I'm ready to stand on business. Okay? Enough of this horse-ass shit. It's not for me. It's worn on me all season. This gets heavier. This gets heavier every time I put it on. And I can't wait for the day that I take this off. And it's going to be a day here very soon. Is working out better than I could have even hoped, could have even dreamed of. There's power in having a quarterback and a wide receiver on your team together, because if quarterbacks scoring or throwing to your wide receiver, it's double the points. I mean, it's just simple math, guys. It's simple math, right? Would you want 1x points or would you want 2x points? 1 great, less than 2, right? So that's all it is, guys. That's all this game is, right? The inches we need are all around us, right? The Dolphins, they're everywhere. Right? Honorary Dolphin calls. I don't know that it's a great team. I don't know that it's the best team in the draft, despite what people are saying. I'm not going to turn into optimistic commish and say I'm the best team ever. I'm great. Cooper Kupp, he's so good. And be looking like he's the number one scoring team in the league, and looking like he's back, right? He's back. No, not so fast, my friend, right? Cooper Kupp, I'm not going to say those things because they didn't work out too well for me last year, clearly. Okay? Pessimistic commission isn't here yet, fellas. The season hasn't started yet, okay? I'm not there yet. Give it time. All right, give it time, okay? It's I'm sure it'll come. Just got to let it happen naturally, all right? You can't force these things. So it's a perfect storm of bullshit that my team put out last week. That's what it was, And the only solace that I took in that is that they all did it together, right? They all banded together and had their little team group text and said, "Hey, let's stick it to the old commish, all right? Let's stick it to him this week." I mean, I built my roster. My roster was constructed around the idea that I was going to have 2 top 5 wide receivers on my team. I want to see wins, damn it. I want to win. Doesn't everybody? Everybody wants to win, And right now it's just not good enough. So, bounce back. That's the theme that I was going with for this team this year, is bounce back guys, bounce back players. Cooper Kupp, bounce back. Not the case. What are you going to do? Cry about it?
Are you going to cry now? Come on, cry, baby. Cry for me. Come on. Cry.
You going to cry? No. Okay, you got to pick yourself up off the floor, and we're just going to make the best out of it. So, I said, Cooper Kupp, I took an assessment. I looked in the mirror. Cooper Kupp clearly doesn't want to play for me, okay? He's played, I think, 1/2, maybe not even, of football for my team since acquiring him last season from Rip. And so, you know what? That's fine. I get it. No hard feelings. Business is business. Deontay Johnson bounced back. But, hey, another wide receiver of mine got put on IR, so that was fun. So 2 of my top 3 wide receivers are on IR with a hamstring. So Cam Akers has had a slow start to the year, strong finish, bounce back. Kyren Williams, just I don't know why and how that couldn't be Cam Akers. Go away. I just don't know. I mean, this was supposed to be Cam Akers. This is why I took him, because this was the potential that Cam Akers had. And for some reason, they just chose Kyren Williams instead. The only explanation is that Cam Akers had sex with Coach McVay's wife, Sean McVay's wife. That's it. I mean, I have no other reasons. So, of course, Kyren got hurt as well after putting up another monster game. It just makes no sense to me why that couldn't have been Cam Akers. This was supposed to be Cam Akers, right? He was supposed to be this guy. And they just, he clearly did something to upset Sean McVay. I don't know what it was. Call his wife ugly because she kind of is. Or what, but it's not great. It's not great, you know. God! Oh no! No! Oh no! Ah. Cam Akers got traded to the Vikings. Fuck! No. I said this was the worst case scenario for my team. I've said it multiple times. And it's just perfect that it happened during SOTU and then you get live reaction. So that's great. Oh, well, I wish I wasn't so busy today so I could have shipped Madison off to Nick before this happened. Wow. A swap of 26 picks. 26 picks. That's sick. That's sick. Great. Now both of these guys are dead. They're both just dead. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So I've got 2 running backs now on my team. That's great, basically. Okay. Well, recalibrate here. I mean, where else was he going to go, right? Where else was Akers going to go? You know? I mean, the Browns signed Kareem Hunt. The Ravens brought in Kenyon Drake. Where else is he going to go? You know, the Colts maybe, but I mean, JT is going to be back in a couple weeks. He's going to play, you know, so whatever. It is what it is. Dobbs didn't even get a target the whole first half. He got a target to help kind of seal the loss for the Packers there late and dropped it, hit him right in the fucking chest, dropped it. Stinks. This guy stinks. He knows. He's got like an alert. Say, hey, bring that wood. Horse ass has got you in. So just take the week off. Just take the week off, right? So, you know, it sucks. I mean, this team's good. I mean, this team could compete for a championship. Is it a title winning team? Probably not. You know, I know that. They're better teams than me in the league. I get that. But you know, I think it certainly is deserving of being in the playoffs. I think it's better than, you know, there's not 6 other teams that are better than this team, I don't think. I'm kind of glad that I don't, you know, there's a couple days of time for me to kind of decompress after the week of fantasy, weekend rather, fantasy football, before I do these videos, because you would get a very different commish if I started doing these like live on Sunday or even Monday. It would be a different experience. It would be a very different experience because I tell you guys, I mean, one point on Sunday, I was ready to burn the shit down. I was ready to burn the league down. I was ready to just say, this is it. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. After Noah Brown, well, we'll get into that when we get into it, but it's tough, man. It's tough. I want to win so freaking bad, you know, like, and I just don't win. It doesn't matter how good my team is, how good they look on paper year in, year out. Just some way, they don't perform. They get hurt. Bad at scoring luck against me. It doesn't matter. There's just something. There's always something. And, you know, it wears on you. It wears on you. It gets a little taxing. I wish that I could just be happy-go-lucky like some owners in this league, Wilson, and not really care if I'm good or bad. I've tried. It's just not in me. It's not in my core to be able to be that way, be that whimsical and free and merry. I know that seems probably like a shock to many of you because I'm a very whimsical person. But it's just tough, man. It's tough. I'll never stop doing this. I'm a sicko, right? Just like all of you guys. I need this abuse, I guess, in my life. You know, because things go pretty. Overall, my life's pretty good. I mean, you got 3 animals. I got a beautiful wife. You know, I got a good job. I'm healthy as far as I know. Maybe could lose about 10 pounds, but hey, who amongst us couldn't, right? But you know, it's just that one missing piece. Sports. It's not healthy, right? It's not a healthy, normal, well-functioning person in society doesn't give a shit about sports. But I do. We all do. So we're all in this sick thing together. So couldn't imagine being in it with anybody else. I tell you that. So, but golly, is it not? It's tough sometimes. It's tough. I mean, you know, I've got one win in the last month. You know, so it's makes it tough. I've watched a record low amount of football this last month. I mean, record low. I would say. I mean, most of the time these last month, I'm not even making the afternoon slate. It's just on to something else. I might not even make it through the morning slate, you know. So, and Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, have barely been watching that, I can promise you. So, anyways.
You're gonna find me dead! I'm gonna kill myself! I'm gonna be hanging from the bathroom! Don't ask me to do nothing! This is nothing! I'm gonna kill myself!
I'm ready to clean house. I've about seen enough. You don't wish injuries on anybody. I'm not going to say it. You know what I want to say. You guys know what I want to say. You guys know what I'm thinking up here in these sick thoughts that I have. So, can't wait to have some other players get hurt on other teams other than just mine. That'd be great. I'm going to give this draft a solid a B+. Moving on here, the Father Figures, newly rebranded the Father Figures. Fat Bastards, Truck Nuts, and now the Father Figures. See if some of that dad strength gives him some power to win in fantasy. Because what was his record last year? Was it pretty good? I can't remember. I don't think it was very good. It was decent, right? I think it was decent. Was it decent? Maybe it wasn't, actually, now that I say that. I think he had a pretty good year, right? Didn't he? Ford, I think, was one of the biggest disappointments for me. But he is a chunky monkey. So, yeah, Ford, I like some of his guys. I don't like a lot of his guys, to be honest. I don't like a lot of his players, just looking at it. Ford, boy, he's in full spiral. He's in a full death spiral right now. I believe he has scored under 100 points. Let me just see here. I looked this up. I forgot it. 4 of the 7 games we've played, he has scored below 100 points. But you know, not good. I mean, and you know, there's just not a lot that's going right for Ford's team right now. Another week under 100 points for Josh. That is now 3 weeks in a row. 4 out of the last 5, he's been under 100 points. And again, I hate to say, but he did get a win one of those weeks, unfortunately. But, you know, those week 2 and week 3 performances of 140 and 132 look far, far, far in the past. You know, he could easily, like I said, he could easily be on a 6-game losing streak. He loves scoring 98 points. I mean, he has scored 98 points now, Josh has. 1, 2, well, I guess just twice, but 96, 98, 97, 98, 4 weeks in a row below 100 points. You know, you go back one more week, had 108, go back another week, 90. You know, Josh. Sorry, Josh, but, you know, maybe just blast some Creed this week and try to fight through it, right? You know what I mean? So, yeah. I've seen worse teams. I have, but this is probably one of the worst teams this season, right? I think. So, I'm going to have to give Ford a C-. Why not? I'll give him a C-. He let me down. He lost me money. So, we'll give him a C-. Next here, we got Team SS Olaves Suavemente, I think is what his team name is. I guess he didn't want to write that out. Lazy. That's fine. Hey, at least you're back, right? At least you're back in the mix, back in the group meet. It's what we all hoped for. It's what we all wanted. Happy to have you back. Glad that you're back. Glad you made it to the draft. Delight as always. Our special guest picker enter the arena. Ooh, who could it be? Ooh, I don't know. Oh, there he is. The old, this lowest scoring team in the league last week himself.
Perfect time to come in. Perfect time.
Well, yeah, congrats to Savoy, 4-0, great start, really hot start, maybe the best start to a season he's had in league history. I'll have to fact check that, but, huh? Savoy, 4-0, only undefeated team, yeah. Yeah. So, that's right. So, you always, so, like I say, Savoy, no matter how much we shit on your team or I shit on your team, you've always got a fan in Erica. So, take solace in that. But anyway, good for Savoy. He's 6-1, maybe a little bit of a fraud, 6-1. But who's going to say that? I'm not saying that. Maybe some people are saying that. I'm not saying that right now, anyway. But he's 6-1, so credit where credit's due, right? Now, like I said, fraud maybe, fraud 6-1. I don't know. I'm not saying that. Again, I'm not saying that. Okay, I'm just putting it out there, right? But I'm not saying it. Maybe people are saying it. I'm not saying it. This would be it's a trap game. It's a trap game for 6-1 team, right? I'm just saying. I hate to say it, but if Savoy would not surprise me, like I said last week. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying he's a fraud, right? I'm not saying that. I'm bringing it up, right? I'm not saying it. I'm just raising the question. Maybe some people are saying I'm not saying, but this is exactly kind of what I was talking about last week, right? I mean, and it would not surprise me at all. He's still the number 1 seed right now. Would not surprise me in the next 6 games if he does not, if he maybe loses a grasp on that 1 seed for sure, and maybe even that first round bye. It would not surprise me. So we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. And Savoy, for whatever reason, just loves losing to teams who score below 100 points. And I told Savoy, I said, if you guys don't listen to me, I might not be able to manage my own team well, but I sure as shit can manage y'all's teams a lot better sometimes than even y'all can. Because I just know the league. I know the ebbs and flows. I can't get it to work for me. I don't have that luck. Whatever it is. I don't got that dog in me. I don't know. But eventually y'all got to figure out, the old commission sometimes knows your team better than you might know it yourself. You lost 2 in a row now, 8-6, 56 points. Your dog shit, throw up all over themselves. Gus Edwards, dog shit. Sevon Diggs, dog shit. Nico, dog shit. Higbee didn't play. Ineligible lineup, right? No Terry, he's on bye. He had no money. He had no money to pick up anybody, right? Because he ran out. I'm just sick of the shit. I'm sick of it. It's just like, what the fuck? I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. You're getting disappointed, Dad. Okay? He finds a way to, Jesus Christ. Are you bitching at me again about the State of the Union? I'm filming it right fucking now. All right, Savoy, get off my ass. All right? I worked all day, okay? I had to go pick up cat food and flower boxes for my wife so I can be a good husband, okay? So I had to take a shit, all right? These things take time, okay? These things take time. Serious as a heart attack, as they say, which I'm going to have if Savoy doesn't get off my ass about this league. I think I might give Savoy I think I'm going to give him an A-. I think this is a playoff team. I think he's comfortably in as constructed as long as he doesn't have an injury in the running back room. Next here, another newly rebranded team. Can you feel the love from a guy who didn't even draft Jordan Love? So I guess he's not feeling it. That's for sure. Mr. Ripple from the discount double check days. The era is over. It's dead. Gone. Rip was in on him for 12. What a laugh. You think Puka was going to go for $12. Talk about being out of touch. Rip's got some pieces now. He can make some plays. But, we got Saquon coming back. Hey, Duncan started 0-4 last year, made the playoffs. Stranger things have happened. So maybe he's going to start a new trend. This is how you start 0-4 and somehow make the playoffs, is you get lucky like this. I mean, you win 2 games that you shouldn't win because you scored below 100 points, and you don't ever deserve to win whenever you score below 100 points in this league. But it just makes me sick. Both of these guys make me sick to see this. I mean, I don't know how you can keep getting away with this shit. Because 5-5, he's in the mix, guys. He is in the mix. And he very well could be dead. I mean, he should have lost each of the last 2 games he's played. He should be 3-7 right now instead of 5-5. But people let him off the hook. He's in a terrific position to be able to make a run and maybe make it the norm of starting 0-4 is the new starting 4-0. You're basically a lock to make the playoffs if you start 0-4. If 2 teams do it in back-to-back years. So, that just makes me sick. Oh, God, I hate it. It just pisses me off. The Rips won 3 in a row. But like I said, this is a good game for Shade Dynasty and Can You Feel the Love, because I'm very salty that Rip has somehow found a way to win 4 in a row. Somehow, some way, Rip keeps hashtag getting away with it. I don't know how. I don't know why. But he's somehow found his way after starting the season 0-4 to get to 6-5. He's won 4 in a row. He's only put up triple digits twice on his current 4-game winning streak to get to 6-5. Granted, now Rip is still sitting in 8th place. Even he's the bottom of all the teams at 6-5 because his points for is just dog shit. It's one of the probably bottom third, maybe bottom. I think he's maybe 9th most points, 10th most points in the league. Versus Connor, he's got I think the 3rd most points in the league right now, and he's sitting at home with his putt in his hand at 4-7, right? Because he's got a lot of points against. So that's just the way the game goes sometimes. Credit to Rip, whatever. He's finding a way to do it. So great. I don't think that Rip deserves to be in the playoffs. I know he doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs. Rip, whatever, valiant effort. This fucking team, it shouldn't even be anywhere close to sniffing a playoff spot. He should be down in the gutter with Nick and with Connor and with Rip, with Ford. And it's somehow he's 7-6. He's on very thin ice. He's on very thin ice for holding on to that playoff spot. He's got to win. He doesn't win, he's done. He's done. Because there's no point breaker he has against all those other teams there that are 6-7 or 7-6. None of them. All right? He's got a tiebreaker, I think 1 or 2 teams, and they're down there in the horse ass bowl. So what does that tell you? And we basically just have missed a week of power rankings, and it's not, I know there's holidays, I know there's things going on, but whenever you tell me you can do it, you told me I can do this, and it didn't happen. Reminded multiple times, didn't happen. What do you want me to do? My hands are tied here, Rip. You're tying my hands and my feet together and leaving me on a train track like I'm some damsel in a black and white 1800s film. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to be this bad guy. So I tell you what, the weeks 13 and weeks 14, it's prove it time, Buster. He's won 5 in a row. He's 7-5. He's in 3rd place in the league. He's got the 3rd least amount of points for, I believe. He's got a negative 66 point differential. He has middle of the pack or upper half points against him. That's not a rest. Like, if you score a low amount of points and you've got a good record, it's usually because you don't have anybody scoring against you. People are scoring against him. He's not scoring any points. How is he 7-5? How are you 7-5 with a negative 66 point differential? I don't understand it. He's deserved to win 2 games, basically, of the 5 he's won in this 5-game win streak. But it just, the running backs just didn't do enough. If they had, and Rip had played Jalen Hurts, and then maybe he wins. But, if if its and buts were candies and nuts, you know, we'd all be kids or something. I don't remember. I just know the first part. I don't know the end of the saying. So, turns out Rip's a butt. He's not a candy, all right? So, that's the moral of the story. So, I like Rip's team. I think it's a solid, probably solid B-. I think it's a solid B-. I don't really love a lot of his depth pieces, like I said. Next year, we got the Dirty Birds of War. Drake London, 0 points. Atlanta Falcons. Who could have seen that coming? You know, I mean, they don't pass the ball in Atlanta. Arthur Smith does not like passing the ball. He's a Home Depot nepo baby son that wants to, you know, hard work, right? Labor, right? Home Depot. Home Depot's not a passing type of store. It's a run first, pound the rock type of place, okay? It's in his DNA. He can't escape it. And Drake London, certainly talent-wise, he will have some good games. But he'll have a lot of games where he's 0 points, 5 points, 3 points. And you can't win with it. You can't win with it, all right? Good. But, you know, the bench, poop, you know, outside of Zay Jones. So, anyways, yeah, whatever. He's 1-0. So, you know, for Connor, whatever. Lucky duck that he is, of course. 90 points, gets a win. He plays almost, you know, like 9 other owners this week. He loses. That's the way the cookie crumbles, right? Yeah, I mean, you know, good for Plunk. He moves to 2-0. I mean, he's the worst 2-0 team in the league. It's a much better start for him than last season, but I don't think his team is much better, to be honest. I don't think he's a 2-0 team. And I can only hope that his luck runs out soon with the points against. So the Dirty Birds, after me proclaiming that they were back, the bad man is back, right? Lord Voldemort, he who must not be named, is back. Well, wouldn't you know it, they're on a 2-game losing streak, you know? So from 3-0 to 3-2, I hate that. Couldn't have it to a nicer guy. So if you stop me if you've heard this, but it sounds like Plunk lost. And, you know, we love seeing Plunk lose. That's always fun. So teach their own. Connor, you know, he's a young owner in this league, right? He'll figure it out. He's a smart guy, right? Give Plunk probably like a C+. I don't know. Lamar's good enough. I'll give him a B. Kind of changed my mind. I think Plunk's going to be a fringe playoff team as well. I wouldn't say that this team is necessarily a lock. Maybe it is. We'll see. Time will tell. Next year, we got Razorback Revival. We beat Duke, right? Fuck Duke. It's always fuck Duke. I heard that Nick actually wore Duke gear to the game. So I don't want us to ever question, you know, it's not even a discussion anymore that he is truly a Duke fan. He does not care about the Razorbacks. He does not support the Razorbacks. He is a Duke fan through and through. His blood bleeds blue. So, the Titans stink, you know, but golly, the Titans. What I feel sorry for anybody who's a fan of that franchise. That's even worse than being a Falcons fan, I think. Maybe even worse than being a Razorback fan, you know, because there's just no reason to get excited about the Titans ever. Literally ever, right? I would love nothing more than to see him beat Nick because we don't like seeing Nick win. We don't. Okay, him and Connor, no wins for them, okay? I was thinking that Nick this is gonna be maybe one of his better drafts, but I'm not really a fan. I do like, you know, Nick's team. I kind of shit on his draft. I didn't think it was a very good draft. I was drafting 4. There were 4 spots in between me and Nick this year. Last year, I think we drafted right next to each other. And somehow this guy still snipes me from 4 picks away or more, right? I wanted Mark Andrews. Been circling him on my board to take him in the 3rd round, every single mock draft. What does Nick do? Takes him in the 2nd, right? Justin Herbert, circled on my board to take him. 5th round, top of the 5th, every single time. Getting him. Gone again. 4th round. Nick. Ooh, you little son of a bitch. Nick's one of the worst teams going right now. He's lost 2 in a row. You know, you hate that. You hate to see that for him, right? I mean, Aaron Rodgers goes down, and that really hurts Garrett Wilson's value because, you know, he had Garrett Wilson last year, and whenever Zach Wilson was the starting quarterback, Garrett Wilson's production was about that, right? Even despite the Dobbins injury and the Rodgers injury, I think he can still make something happen with his team, certainly. So I know he's not gonna he's gonna try. I know that, little scamp. So and for Nick, solid game, right? He's bitching and moaning, saying, "Oh, everybody always scores so many points against me," whatever, right? I don't know what to tell you. That's the game, right? That's the game. Score more points. Score more points than them, right? I can make the same complaint. I don't know what's happened to him in this league the last couple years, but I really, there's no other explanation other than Wilson stole his powers. It's either that or there was some ticking clause on the deal that he made with with the devil to get him all that fortunate, all that luck, all that winning that he happened to get early on in the league's tenure. It seems to have gone downhill for Nick. I don't think that it's very rare, maybe ever, that Nick's ever been 3-7 in this league, and it's sad. It's a sad sight to see. One of our great founding members, the assistant to the commissioner, one of my best friends, my best man. My best boy. He's my number one boy. To see him struggle like this, it's just tough. It hurts me a little bit. Now, another part of me is very happy to see this, and I'm thrilled that he's looking like he could miss the playoffs for the second year in a row, I believe. Brody, get away from there. It's not looking good. The sun's getting real low for Nick, and it's not looking good. And Nick's now on a 3-game losing streak, 3-8, done. He's done. I don't think, even if he won out, I don't think that there's any realm of possibility that he makes the playoffs. And all that bitching and moaning and crying he had about earlier in the season, oh, teams score so many points against me. They score so many points against me. I don't want to hear that shit. And he stopped. He has stopped. Whenever this happens, you get 79 points scored on your ass and you don't find a way to win. It's bad enough whenever you can't beat a team who scores 90 points. It's bad enough whenever you can't beat a team who scores in the 80s. To lose to a team sub 80. I don't want to be ugly and mean on Thanksgiving, guys. I don't want to have to do that to you, but you force it out of me. You force it out of me, and it's just a sad sight to see. It is. It makes my heart hurt that Josh, gets a win at 79 points, and the only solace is that he does it to the arch enemy, Nick Wheeler, right? So, and I think it's so funny too that Nick was really trying to price gouge me for Samaje Perine, and now he's cut him. So that's very interesting to me. It shows a lot about Nick's character, a lot about his true colors, and I'm certainly happy to see Nick lose. I'm certainly happy to see him get embarrassed by Savoy, to be quite honest with you. So, yeah. I hope there's more of that ahead in his future. To be quite frank, dog shit. Throwing up blood, limp wrist, bad ankles, bad knees, a little bit of, where to go, team of the week, and your assistant to the commissioner, Razorback Revival. And, I want to rip into Nick's team, but to be quite honest, I just feel kind of bad for the guy. So, I don't know. I'm going to give Nick maybe like a C. I'll give him just a solid C grade. Nick's gonna be struggling, I think, for a playoff spot. It might be 2 years in a row. Ooh, hate to see that. Next here, JD, SCLSU Mud Dogs. Another very original name for JD. It's a guy, everybody needs a guy in the league who Googles, searches the internet for best fantasy football team name, right? I feel like that's JD almost every year. JD's already changed his team name. Wow, didn't even realize that. JD's really got a very solid team. The dog shit team of the week. Throw up all over yourself. Sleep apnea, snoring, CPAP machine needing team of the week. The McConkiners, 51 points. It's just pathetic. It makes me sick. It makes me sick seeing a score this low. It really does. It really does. I mean, 70s, that happens a few times a season. Maybe a 60 once or twice, but 50 and to barely break 50, it's pathetic. It really is. It really is pathetic. And to give another owner the satisfaction of winning without them breaking 100 points, it's just a cherry on top. It's just a damn cherry on top, JD. I mean, Joe Burrow, Joe Cool, he got paid. Now he doesn't want to play, right? You pay to play, but this time he pays and doesn't play, right? I mean, Rashad White, dog shit player. CeeDee Lamb didn't really get needed. T. Higgins, he's the fraud, right? He's a fraud. He's call him Houdini. That's his nickname because he disappears. Call him the Magic Man. Now you see me when the game starts. Now you don't. 0 points. 0 points from T. Higgins. DJ Moore, bum. And Keenan Njoku, bum. He's a bum. I mean, this guy, he looks great without pads on, shirtless doing his warm-ups. Great. He looks like a warrior, but he can't play football very well, okay? And that's Deshaun. I mean, that's probably Deshaun's fault because Deshaun, he had so many throws that looked like he'd never played football before on Sunday. It was amazing. I mean, it was amazing. And Pierce, bum. I mean, the Texans' offense is garbage. They got a rookie quarterback. It's not very good. The offensive line is probably one of the worst in the league. So, yeah, I mean, 51 points, it's just pathetic. And you look at the bench, not a single player in double digits. Judy didn't play. Gabe Davis is just not a good NFL player. Rashad Penny in a healthy scratch. Rondale Moore, not good. Danny Dimes, garbage. Dante Foreman, garbage. Jeff Wilson, hurt. JD needs reinforcements. I just hope once we get to the waiver wire recap that he got some. I really do. Because if he didn't, yikes. That's all I got to say. Yikes. Right? JD misses out on him by 2 fab. Let's hope that's not a theme for JD. 2 fab, 65. He said he had it at 69 earlier, dropped it down to 65 and missed him. Who else was in on Josh Kelly? The McCockner's in for 6. Not even close. Just picking up. Oh, my God. It's Kendrick Bourne for 34 fab. JD was in for $7. Ford was in for $2. Gosh, Ford and JD have really lost a lot of these, haven't they? Hopefully they get a win. Let's see. Let's keep going here and see. Next big one was Ravens running backs. Gus Edwards, $32. Anybody else on Gus? Some McCockners. Whoa, JD again. Another guy he missed out on for 15. Fab. Running back here, Wilson got Justice Hill for $19. Stop me if you've heard this before. JD lost out on this guy as well for 18. Fab. If you're keeping track at home, I know I've gone through a lot of players, but JD he's not picked up a single player at this point. Let's see. We got a few more guys. Maybe he's going to get one of these late guys. Maybe. He's not got any of the top guys, but maybe he'll get one of these later guys. I got Tutu for 12. I don't think anybody else bid on him. Oh, Plunk was in on Tutu for 7. And McCockners. He was in for him for 5. Didn't get him either. But if you keep track at home, JD he was not successful on any of the bids, the claims that he put in this week. So we'll see what scraps he can scrounge up next week or tomorrow, Thursday morning. But yeah, he missed out on all the bells of the ball, unfortunately for him. So, and then our piss all over themselves, throw up all over themselves, sleep apnea, snoring, loud enough to wake God, team of the week, the Micro McCockners. Ford wins, not even close. JD scores over 100 points, and then come talk to me. JD won big and scored over 120 points. You know what? The way I see this, I feel like I say these things to motivate you. It's not necessarily for me to be right. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I want y'all to do good. I want y'all to be successful, just not against me. And I see a lot of these as really positive things for me. I'm going to go into spin zone mode of the fact that, JD obviously took that as motivation, me disrespecting his team, saying score over 100 points and then come talk to me. And guess what? He did that. All right? And I gave JD's team some respect after that. In I ripped JD again in week 8, only for him to win and score 140. So, hey, JD, more power to you, brother. If you need me to rip your team to shreds every week, I'll do it, because obviously it works for you. It works for you. You just got to pay me if you make any money. I'll give JD probably a B-. I'm trying to speed things up. Sorry, guys. These guys at the end always get screwed over, but give him a B-.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Next, Swamp Donkeys, our reigning champ. Crazy. Blaine's a wild boy. It's not really a question. Blaine's the best team going right now. Blaine's going to repeat, and I certainly hope this isn't a trend. Where we never had any repeats, and then Plunk three-peated, and now Blaine's looking like he's on the course to repeat and maybe even three-peat next year. So that would be lame. But anyways. St. Brown, monster. Mike Evans, monster. Puka, monster. Evan Ingram, solid. AJ Brown, monster. I mean, this guy he's got freaks all over and up and down his lineup. Swamp Donkeys and Racerback Revival. And they are a charging, folks. They are a charging. It's crazy to think that Blaine is only 3-3 with the team that he has. But huge for Blaine. 4-game win streak, 9-4. He has been on an absolute tear. Buys, doesn't matter. Injuries, oh wait, he doesn't have those. He doesn't have those. So, unless that happens, good luck. Good luck to all of us, right? I mean, just crown him. Crown his ass. They are who he is. The Swamp Donkeys are who we thought they were. All right? And that's why we took the damn field. So they could embarrass every single team in the league over these last 4 weeks, and probably over the next 4 as well. I don't get it. Now, I mean, Blaine's team is good no matter how you slice it, no matter who it is. I mean, he is a legit powerhouse. He honestly, with the way his team's playing right now, he should be undefeated. I think if he had this team playing the way it is right now for the rest of the season, he'd be undefeated. He puts Puka on the bench, and Puka gets 24 points. Chuba Hubbard on the bench, 22. Charbonnet, 17. This guy is loaded. All right? There is no shot in hell that we have any of the other 11, of beating this guy unless 2 or 3 of his players just spontaneously combust. There's just no way. There's no way that his team is so deep. Now, a few weeks ago, earlier in the season, his team wasn't deep, and he had losses. He wasn't a complete team, but through trades and pickups, this guy has no holes. Even if players go down, it would take 5, 6 maybe, because he's got replacements. Boom, guys scoring 20 points. He can keep him on the bench. Oh my God, this guy. But for Blaine to put up 143 without AJ Brown, without Puka. It's scary stuff, man. It's scary stuff. This guy's good, man. I keep telling you, there's not a lot of holes in this roster, and if everybody stays healthy on this team, it's going to be tough to beat him. It's going to be tough to beat him. He's got these buys behind him now. I think all of his players' buys are done, and he might just rattle off 4 in a row to win or 5 in a row to end the regular season and get a first-round bye and a number 1 overall seed and win 2 games, and bada bing, bada boom, we got a back-to-back champ for the second time and third time maybe in league history, maybe. So some guys have all the luck, right? I have to give it like a C+. As it stands right now, C+ for Blaine. So I think only getting out 1A, a lot of C's. Next year, maybe one's coming up. The cataclysmic catches. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that wide receiver, that trio is money in the bank. I mean, Hopkins, Adams, and Cooks. Woo-wee. You get all 3 of those guys? You kidding me? This year, I'm not so sure. Man, Wilson, your running backs, that's a scary sight, brother. Yeah, wow. The running back room is what's really scary. It's really scary. He might not have a starting running back on his team, period. But, right, there's always a but. Depth is a concern. More than probably any team in the league. Okay? Yeah, I mean, Wilson, 80 points might be his ceiling. Might be his ceiling, okay? As much as it pains me to say, 100 points I think is going to be tough for him to get to most weeks. But he's got Patrick Mahomes. So that makes up for a lot of stuff, right? Wilson has won 3 in a row now to get to 6-3. Somehow, some way. I don't get it. I just don't get it. No offense, Dylan or Wilson. I'm sorry, you're not Dylan. That's Dylan. You're Wilson. I just don't understand it. Nothing. You know how much I hate when teams win scoring less than 100 points. Doubly so whenever they don't even break 90. It's quite a sight to see. Now, Wilson's here, man. He's here. He made the playoffs last year, and I think he clearly liked it. You know, he got a little taste, and he wants the whole thing now. Now, I don't know how this happened, but somehow Wilson got good at fantasy, right? Or maybe his luck's just turned. I don't know. Maybe it's a combination of the two. But, you know, I've heard from my little birdies that they've been noticing the last couple of years, you know, Wilson's been kind of rubbing elbows with a former champion, the assistant to the commissioner. Maybe he's trying to glean some information from him. Maybe it's like Space Jam, because I mean Nick's kind of been ass these last couple of years, and Wilson's kind of filled that void, right? So I wonder if, you know, Wilson's been cooked up some sort of concoction or spell or magic of some sort to steal Nick's powers away from him, his fantasy football powers, and use them for good, really. You know, use them for good. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it. So Wilson's fun to see. It's fun to see new blood up there at the top. D+ for Wilson. Moving on here, doesn't contribute. And Craig, like I said, I mean, he's on the come up. I mean, he's not a fraud. Team's not frauds, you know. So, yeah, I mean, I think Craig's got a very, very solid team. Definitely a lot of wide receivers to work with. 3, I think, very solid running backs as well. So as long as none of them get hurt, knock on wood, of course, I think Craig is easily one of the top contenders in the league. So not a fraud. Not a fraud yet. We'll see. There's still a long season left. So yeah, Craig, you know, the fraudsters. I think this is the lowest projected point total on the season. Yes, lowest projected. Only team projected under 110 this week. So love that for him. Is he got a full line? Yeah, he's got a full lineup in there. Jeez, wow. And our dog shit throw up all over themselves. Hipster, smoking cigs, like cool hipster. He doesn't do that, but you know, just wearing tight pants and, you know, Vans. Team of the week doesn't contribute. So anyway, and then our final matchup is also our throw up all over themselves hipster, wearing Vans, CrossFit Craig, team of the week, doesn't contribute. Features are back-to-back dog shit, throw up all over themselves, piss on themselves, embarrass their family, embarrass their animals, embarrass their girlfriend, embarrass their company, their parent, you know, just everything. Their sister, everybody. Just an embarrassment. The frauds. Doesn't contribute, doesn't score points. That's what Craig does, guys. He's back on his bullshit. 84 points, you know. I think, back-to-back weeks now below 90 points for old Craig. Back-to-back 84-point games, really. And you know, before that, he had 100. You know, he had a couple weeks there, 120. We're not going to talk about those, right? He's got 3 weeks over 120. And then if he's not scoring over 120, he's basically scoring less than 85. So he's got 3 games at 85 or less, 84 or less. And then he's got 1 game at 100 and 3 games at 120 plus. So, boy, talk about floor ceiling team. Am I right? Am I right? Craig is just he's on a 3-game losing streak now to fall to 3-5. I mean, him and Ford are duking it out for the worst team in the league right now. And the thing is, Craig's got a better roster than Ford does. I really do think that, but he's not been performing very well these last few weeks. Doesn't contribute, is back on his bullshit, doesn't score points. 90 points for, granted, up from last week's 82, but down from his week one's 124. Wonder which one's kind of looking like the outlier there now, right? Kind of makes you wonder, right? So kind of like a little bit of a plunkster, maybe. So, it's you hate to see it. I thought he was Gucci. Hand up. That's on me. I thought Craig was Gucci. That was a premature gooch on my part, and maybe it'll happen again. Maybe it won't. I'll try to limit it in the future. Let me just say that. I think that's the best I could do. Quick update on how the pick'em is going. I haven't checked in a while. Craig is leading the way, 17-5. Golly, he is 4 games clear of the next closest owner. So good job, Craig. At least he'll win something this year. So because he doesn't win many battles against me in the council. But hey, I appreciate it. All right, I need that from you, Craig. That's why you're a great asset to the council, is because you actually fight back, right? You actually challenge me, and sometimes we get some good ideas out of you. Sometimes not so much. I am encouraged that my decision to award Savoy the Fab, which cost you a loss, you still would have lost in the semis because Blaine's just a monster. But this was a little bit, because if it worked out to where you would have won the championship, if that hadn't happened, would have been that trade all over again, right? So we'll give Craig a B minus. We'll give him a B minus. So hey, a broken clock's right twice a day, right? But then the other 23 hours and however many minutes of the day is it's wrong. It's just not a sexy guy, right? You don't want to feel good about starting Raheem Mostert or your RB2 if you have to, and hopefully he doesn't have to. But Mostert basically saved his week. I mean, 2 touchdowns, whatever. I mean, Mostert, he's just a guy, in my opinion. If JT comes back, doesn't get traded, Moss's value is 0. It's 0. He won't play. No matter how good he's been playing, it won't matter. Whenever you take a stud, Eckler like that, should be a top 2, top 3 guy at worst. You can afford to wait a little bit. That's why you don't play with, you don't play this game with your emotions, right? You don't want to be an emotional player. You got to separate your personal feelings for players or teams, and just look at the numbers, look at the facts, right? Look at the facts. So that's not going to happen because Arthur Smith is a bad man. He's a bastard man, right? Running back wise, Javonte obviously a little bit of a question mark to start the year. I think by the time the season ends, could be looking like the steal of the draft. But Madison, I think, is going to be great, and I think Kenny G could be a sneaky guy as well. So, and then Tank Dell, whatever, he's too small. So, Trevor Lawrence, I think he's going to have a great year. C.J. Stroud, looks pretty shitty. I think that team's very shitty. That's really just a keeper stash, I think. DeAndre Swift is not a starter. He's proven that. He's not capable of being a starter without his body breaking down. He can't handle more than 5 to 10 touches a game. And Devin Singletary has done basically nothing. He'll be a change of pace back every now and again, third down guy. Sheesh. So battle of the quarterback here. You got Deshaun Watson versus Jalen Hurts. Alleged pervert versus the second coming of Jesus Christ. Okay, it will always be Twitter. I will never, ever update my Twitter app to get rid of Twitter and make it X. I can promise you that. That is a guarantee. I can guarantee you that. Okay, I'll prove it to you right here. Boom, right here. See that? See that shit? Twitter. Hey, Come and take it, Elon. Try to take it, okay? Come and take it from me. You can't. I promise you. All right. If I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we're going to go with JD in that one. I like JD to win comfortably, I think. Oh, geez, look at those. Looks like a fucking 70-year-old forehead right there. Golly. I've been putting lotion on it, aloe vera, spray, you name it. You know, I'm starting to peel now. So I think I just need to peel some of this stuff off. Maybe that'll help. Maybe. Yeah, Justice Hill, you're just praying that he falls into the end zone. Kendrick Bourne, maybe. Man. Yeah, we're going to go with Ford in that one. We'll go with Ford. All that analysis was up here. You got to pay for the Premium Plus subscription. Nobody's subscribed yet. So, you know, if you want that, whenever I'm just looking and kind of lost in thought, that all that monologue and analysis can be available to you if you subscribe, like, and subscribe for the Premium Plus package. So, like and subscribe. Whatever, right here. It's been sitting here for a while. Our Doritos Cool Ranch Game of the Week. Cool Ranch Doritos, I feel like I've used these before. They are flavored tortilla chips, essentially. Fuck that. I'm not eating sardines. I already drank a Bloody Mary for your ass. A sip of a Bloody Mary. I cannot drink that. I don't know how people can drink that. Those things are gross. Snack boldly. That's the Doritos motto, I guess, as it were. You know, these chips, normally you see on the bag that they're enlarged to show the flavor crystals. Personally, I'm not a big fan of whenever they have too much of the crystals on there. I usually give those to Erica. I like just a nice solid coating, maybe leaving a little bit light. But anyway, Doritos, Cool Ranch Doritos, the official tortilla chip of the Bring That Wood Fantasy Football League. Cheers. See, this is a good one. See, most people wouldn't like this. There's like hardly any flavor on this, but I mean, come on, look at this shit. I mean, obviously I don't like flavor. Look at me. That brings us to our game of the week. We're ready for it. The Flamin' Hot Cheetos Crunchy Flavored Game of the Week. Flamin' Hot Cheetos made with real cheese, believe it or not. I don't believe it. Made by Frito-Lay. It's got a smart label. You know, I was at the gas station the other day. I was buying some stuff and at Circle K, just up the road here, and you literally just put your shit on like a little platter, and it just like reads what you have and knows how much it costs. It's crazy. I read this as a 6-pack of Coors Light, so it can't be that smart.
Welcome to the future.
But you know, you connect. You can even get on the Instagram and the Twitter. It is still Twitter. See the little birdie. It's not an X. It's never gonna be an X. I got it on my phone still. Try to take it, Elon. You can't. But anyways, I've never had these before. I'm normally just a regular Cheeto guy, but hey, you gotta change things up, spice things up. So the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, the official Flamin' Hot chip of the Bring That Wood Fantasy Football League. Would you like one? All right.
Negative.
All right. Cheers. It's not fucking hot at all. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. There it is. All right. There it is a little bit. There at the end there.
Get you a little kick.
Hey, Powerade Zero, another sponsor. Yeah, there it is. Just a little bit at the end there. That's okay. All right. Father figures, kickers' lives matter. I don't know how many. It says here I only have to shake this 4 times, but I just want to be sure. Our Ready Whip game of the week. Ready Whip, the original, made with real cream. It is a dairy whipped topping, ultra pasteurized, sweetened grade A dairy whip topping. Only 15 calories per 2 tablespoons. So it says 37 servings per container. So I imagine, you know, it's quite a bit of calories if you were to just, you know, the whole thing. You know, it's gluten free. It does have a little bit of added sugars, right? It did say sweetened there, so you know what you're getting into. A little bit of fat, you know, very little carbs. So carbs are really only from the sugar, so that's a plus. You know, ConAgra brands. I think some of y'all maybe used to work for ConAgra. Maybe, I don't know. must be refrigerated to maintain safety. Wow. I feel like that should be in bigger print than this fine print here. Do you guys see that? Must be kept. Is it going to explode if I leave this at room temperature? Will stay freshest when stored at normal refrigerator temps of 35 to 40 degrees. Freezing is not recommended. Oh, anyway. There we go. Anyway, Ready Whip, the official whipped cream of the Bring That Wood Fantasy Football League. Cheers. I'm sure that looked great on camera. Pretty good, actually. Pretty good whipped cream there. It's surprisingly not as cold as I thought it was going to be. For as cold, like this is really cold to the touch, but yet inside it's kind of like room temperature almost. It's very odd. So anyway, the game of the week: salt and vinegar Lay's salt and vinegar flavored chips. Game of the week. The chips are enlarged to show texture. They are not actually this big. If they were, maybe they would actually slow down the eating of, Connor and Ford and our Chunky Monkeys, honorary Chunky Monkey D-Shade even. Shout out. Yummy, crispy, salty, tangy. How about that? What more could you want from a chip than those 4 words right there, right? Tangy, salty, crispy, yummy. What a slogan. Great marketing by Lay's, of course. Frito-Lay, they've been doing it for a long time. They know what they're doing. Total sugars, less than a gram, pretty good. A little bit of fat, of course. Cholesterol, sodium, right? Salt, chips, potatoes, you get it. So anyway, the Lay's salt and vinegar flavored potato chips, the official salt and vinegar chip of the Bring That Wood Fantasy Football League. This is another first for me. I've never had one of these before. So I'm curious to see how it tastes. Cheers. It smells like vinegar. It smells like piss. So I can only imagine this is going to taste great. It's weird because it tastes like a regular Lay's potato chip, which I like. I really like. But then you get the vinegar flavor, and it just kind of pisses all over the good tasting flavor of a regular Lay's potato chip. So, not great. Concord Foods Lemon Juice Game of the Week from Concentrate. This is... you're supposed to refrigerate this after opening. Whoops. So if I die after drinking this, and please, the league goes to Nick. It says open lid, puncture small hole in top, refrigerate after opening. 3 tablespoons of lemon juice equals the juice of 1 medium lemon, apparently. Let's see, there's about 4.5 fluid ounces in here. I don't know what that is to tablespoons. But, it's lemon juice, sodium, so basically salt. It's from USA, Argentina, South Africa, and Mexico. So interesting. Lemons from all over the world. 0 calories, 0 whatever. Bought this to try wedding concoctions, wedding drinks, signature drinks. So anyway, lemon juice, the official Concord Foods lemon juice, the official lemon juice of the Bring That Wood League. Cheers. That is very bitter. I don't really like sour stuff. Like I said, it's supposed to be refrigerated. Maybe that is going against me. I'll probably just throw this away after this. So, a callback to the German game. The Stroop waffles, even though this is made in Holland. It's not made in Germany, but it's a neighbor of Germany. Made in Holland, as you can see. The Stroop waffles, toasted waffles filled with caramel. They are certified sustainable palm oil, so that's very nice to see. This Dutch classic, the Netherlands. The Dutch and the Deutsch, they're very cousins almost, you could say. They're very similar, related. It does contain wheat and milk and soy and eggs. It may also contain tree nuts. You know, you want to keep this in a cool and dry place. You know, you don't want it to get wet and humidified, and it would just be a very bad time. But, you know, these nice Stroop waffles, they have a lot of saturated fats and added sugars, but, you know, it is what it is. They taste good. You can put them over your coffee. I don't even know what accent that was. Oh, wow, I don't actually have any open. But these are very delicious. Original Stroop waffles. You get these at Costco. The official Stroop waffle of the Bring That Wood Fantasy Football League. These are not filled with any special surprises, unfortunately, but they are pretty good whenever they are. And like I said, normally I'll heat these up in the microwave. Since I don't drink coffee, I'll heat them up in the microwave for about, 7-8 seconds. And they're just very delicious little treats. So, anyways, without further ado, so cheers, Danke. Yeah, definitely need to be heated up, but, you know, still tasty nonetheless. Should have prepared ahead of time, right? Yeah. That's right. We play it by ear. All right. So I'll save that for later. Yep. That is the rematch, as I alluded to earlier. Anyways, that's all I got this week, fellas, this season. It's been a pleasure as always. It's been a weird season, like I said. I couldn't imagine doing this with any other group of guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your commitment to this league. It's what keeps me doing these videos because I know how committed you guys are. It's what keeps me looking up all these different stats and coming up with tiers and the power rankings and all this and that. It truly is a joy and a privilege to be your guys' commissioner. And with that being said, woo pig. As always, woo pig.